M0FXB Hamtech, welcome back to the channel. So we have a dilemma here. Many people have messaged me saying, I've got the Yaesu 991, should I get a Yaesu FTX-1? And it's a big question. Now I have the 991A, you can see it there in the background, and you can buy these at the moment for £1,199. The new Yaesu FTX-1 Optima version, so you get the full the back of it. I'll show you. So there it is. You get the back unit, which has the ATU built into it. So therefore, it's a shack in the box, all band, all mode. So we have a dilemma here. We need to, think about what we're going to do, how we would like to spend our money. I don't know. What I will tell you is I have purchased the Optima. It's not due in the UK, I think, for at least 3 weeks. I have purchased it, and I'm looking forward to using it. But I'm not going to sell my Yaesu FT991, but I do tend to keep radios. I get a lot of questions here. I tend to keep them, but sensibly, most people, if they got the 991A, no, actually, you tell me, if you've got the 991A, would you if you purchased the FTX-1, would you sell it? So let's talk the key differences here. If you look at the display on the Yaesu FT991A, you can see the waterfall in the background. I like the waterfall. It is a very menu-driven radio. Although it is touchscreen, it's very basic touchscreen in my opinion. Still, they've tried to make it user-friendly, but a lot of menus, they are menu-driven. So you hold down the menu button and you choose from a list. But saying that, with the FTX-1, you hold down the function and then you start to go into the FTX-1 menus, which are the same as the Yaesu 710 DX10. It's that style of menus, and you can touch the screen, select bands, hold down the mode button, the mode comes up, touch the screen, change filters. And I've watched several videos in the last day or so, and they've really thought this through. So let's just try and think of the key differences. The FTX is basically 2 radios in one. It's not full duplex, it's not crossband, but it is dual receive. So you could be sat there on the left hand side listening to VHF, UHF, and on the right hand side you're on the HF bands, going up and down the bands, and you can use your tuner if you've got the back end. Even if you've got what they call the field unit, which is just the front head, which is the radio really. You could still attach a tuner, and cleverly the battery, which has USB-C charging on the side of it, clips into the actual antenna tuner and then clips on the back of the radio. Excellent. Now, so you're talking, it's a dual band. Let's use the word dual bander. The FTX-1 is a dual bander. The 991 is not a dual bander. It's single receive. Yeah, you could set memory channels and probably get it to sort of scan back and forth between VHF and UHF very quickly, almost instantaneously. But it's not a true dual bander. Also, you've got A and B band as well. You can set that up so you can flick back and forth very quickly. So it's almost can feel like a dual bander. I find that, if you set your memories up correctly, it feels like a dual bander, but visually it's not. And the reality is you will never hear both at the same time. So you are paying extra for that. Then if you look at the display, you are looking at the latest Yaesu display on the FTX-1, with the 3DS. Love or hate it, the 3DS, it's popular with many, and you can just tap the screen and you can go between the 3D screen to more what the the 991 looks like, which is the classic ICOM blue waterfall, which is really nice. They both have antenna tuners in there. Someone let me know if they're 3-to-1. Probably are. They're both 100-watt radios. I need to look at the fine tuning of the wattage on between VHF and UHF, but let's just say it's around 50 watts. Now you'll notice with the 991, it's got those nice bright backlit buttons. Now I haven't got this set. I haven't looked at it when the lights are off. I can't see clear backlit buttons on the FTX-1, and to me that's quite a biggie because I really like those backlit buttons. Then let's talk about the fact that you can remove the head. Now, when you remove the FTX head, as far as I can see, there's 5 cables that connect, but I watched the John Crook video, and it said 4. Okay, so maybe 5 if you got the VHF, UHF, and the HF antenna. Just remember, this is all entertainment. I am not Yesu. If you want to tell me that I'm completely wrong about what I'm saying, great, go ahead. You know, I am not Yesu. I'm not representing Yesu. This is Andreas, who is a massive Yesu fan, who has got a lot of Yesu radios here. Massive fan, just using them and you know, and making videos as I learn. It's my entertainment. It's for me. So please. So anyway, you can see the price difference there. 2069 for the full kit with the Optima. You still have to buy the GPS antenna and Bluetooth. Now you've got no Bluetooth in the 991, but you have actually got GPS. You just need to connect an antenna. I've made a video doing that. It's quite cool seeing the GPS symbol there. Bluetooth, no, but you know, you can buy Bluetooth for £6.99 now. They just plug straight into your speaker out. Right, okay, so yeah. So whether it's 4, 5, and they're showing that, you know, they're saying that there's no way you can extend with a long cable, and they've shown all the connectors and the way it connects into the radio. I still feel that some hams will independently make a kit myself, looking at it. I still think it's doable. But I don't think Yesu will have any intention of making an extension kit, so you can put the back end of the Optima in your back of your truck and then have the head unit on your dashboard of your car, which I think is you know, and these again are my personal opinions on this. I think that's a complete mistake. I think they could have designed that in. I don't think it would have been too difficult. You know, because it's such a small mountable head unit, of course people are going to want to mount it and connect it, because the included cable is short. I'm guessing it's around 6 inches long, so you can just sort of move the head unit away and angle it. It means you're forced, if you want the 100 watts, yeah, you're forced to mount this larger unit, you know, which is always doable. 991 is portable. It is like even the Yaesu 710, it is actually portable, yeah. But it's a larger end of the portable. They're both fantastic. The filtering, when I listen to the filtering on my radios, you know, I think it sounds really good. I think Yaesu, it's watery. You get that watery effect, but it works. So I'm trying to think of any more obvious things. The styling at the front where the knob is very Yaesu 710. You've got all the buttons surrounding the knob. If I sort of try and look in, I can't see buttons on top. No, there's no buttons on top of the 991. You've got some buttons on top there, quite a few buttons on top. They both do C4FM, and I love using C4FM, and the size of the screen for C4FM is very nice, I think, on the 991. The Yaesu screen, you know, how can you ever knock such a beautiful screen? It's a lovely looking screen. If anything, this video doesn't do it justice, how nice looking it is. Shacking the boxes, you know, let me know. I think it's such a tough decision because the 991 is so good. And then you get this, but then, you know, because let's just talk dual band. Do we really use it? You know, I've got dual band sets. I've got my TS2000 over there. Do I use it? I suppose I do, really. But I tend to use it VHF, UHF, or UHF, UHF, VHF, VHF, which you can do. Yeah. We mentioned GPS. Oh, yeah, I know I changed the subject. The Bluetooth, you just plug it in module in the back. $7.99 on Amazon. Get the right one. I'll tell you now, it will Bluetooth to everything. But it is, you know, audio for listening. If you want the PTT, then the SSM BT20, BT10 is going to give you that with the FTX-1. There's no Wi-Fi. You know, again, they should have put it in there because I feel that this was initially designed as a competitor to the 705. Wi-Fi just allows connectivity, interactivity for a lot of items, especially when you're talking remote. We still don't know how we're going to remote into this. They haven't mentioned SCU LAN. Now, the 991 does not have external display. There are programs out there where you can sort of take the feed from it and give you something that's external, which is still quite nice. Yeah, I was going to test it out with one of my programs. I'm not. I feel like as hard as it would have been for them to design it in, I think they should have done. I think nowadays, when a radio is like this at this price level and has such a good quality screen, I feel like we want to see it on a big screen. Yeah, so I just think better to wait longer and tick those few extra boxes. So what are they? External screen, Wi-Fi, a cable that separates the head unit for at least 3 meters. I would say more like 4 by the time you dog-legged it and that, you know, and people will pay for it. But it's a tough choice. Tell me if you've already sold your ICOM 705 and your 7300, or you know, because really Shack in the Box radios. How many have we got? There's the ICOM 710, which is the black and white one. I've got one here. I don't know if I can show you it in this image. I'll try. I'm just going to bend my camera down, and yeah, I know it's small, but yeah, 710. Let me see if I can extend. Yeah, so what I love about it is that they have managed to separate everything, yeah, that's on the back unit, you know, the main unit. And this is Shack in the Box. Sorry, it's a bit dark. Let's see if I get a torch on. Bit lighter. With one cable. So that one's the microphone. Okay, move that one out of the way a minute. One cable, RJ45 type cable. I think it is RJ45. And they have managed to put the microphone, the speaker in the head unit. They've managed to do everything, you know, with one cable. I'm just putting it back before I drop it. Again, I'd never sell it, but you know, it seems now, I'm going to make a very separate video on this, but it seems now to me, yeah, turn that bright light off, that ICOM are already there. They've done all the work with the main unit, and the main unit transferring all the information to the head unit. All they've got to do is maybe go an inch wider on the ICOM, change it to color screen so it's the same, basically the same size screen as 705, yeah. And once they've done that, you know, I mean, I suppose they could even, and you know, like what they've done with the 905. And this is my next video, yeah. So there's our 705 screen, okay. So all they've got to do is get the head unit, make a back unit that will then feed through. So you've still got the battery, you've got all the design already on the 705, power it, like they did with the 905, which is the 23.7, no, the SHF version. Not much of a tweak, and they've got an amazing Shack in the Box 100-watt set, and I can't see all the prices. I don't cost £1,199, lol. So please, you know, and please, this is, I don't want people saying that this is misinformation. This is just me, my take on things, my experiences, my hobby. Okay, doing a YouTube video and bringing speculation out. Now, the amount of times I've heard people say misinformation, wrong information. Radios get announced, okay? We automatically speculate. When you're speculating, you're not predicting things factually. You are speculating, and there is nothing wrong with that. When I hear "get it from the horse's mouth," oh, what are you saying, that we can't speculate about a product that has been leaked or announced? Why not? Don't we have the freedom to speculate? Of course we do. And if we get it wrong, if it's wrong and people want to correct us, and if they get a different leak, more information, and then a company, ICOM, Yesu, whoever they are, come in and go, this is the correct information, great, brilliant. But don't take away our freedom of just speculating about what they might be doing with this radio, what the radio might do. That's just not correct. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Catch you on air. And the next video is talking about speculating about the new ICOM 7100, and because I think what I just said is good. And don't forget, and everyone's going to say I didn't, but I predicted this radio, and I even made a video showing what it would look like, and I'm going to show you that video now. And there it is there. Over 2 years ago, this was the radio that I predicted over 2 years ago, and the video that I made. Almost identical. Smaller, but hey, a smaller version, the way that I did it in my video, if that was just a Yaesu 819, the way I've named it, would you have bought it? 7.3. 1,300 quid.